My name's Max McDonald. The project's called Gentleman, and it kind of came about. It's been kind of on a low boil for about, I don't know, almost 6 or 7 years now. Kind of came out of my last project. I played guitar in this band, No Motive, for 10 years or so. It just kind of was lying dormant until I had some time to sort of work on it. I kind of call it punk rock Americana. If you were to call it one or the other, it would sort of, people might kind of turn their noses to it, but it does have a kind of rootsy element to it, but it still is like pretty high energy, so I think that kind of keeps it sort of in that sort of punk rock genre. It's kind of bands that were sort of a generation before me that were sort of doing a similar thing. You know, you got Billy Bragg, you have the Pogues, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and the Pixies. It kind of subconsciously slips its way into there, and that's what I listen to every day, so it's got to be in there somewhere. I can't pinpoint it, but maybe you can. Yeah, I'm not really sure. The record's called Songs from the Gut. It's a title that I think I came up with before I even had a lot of the lyrics. I just wanted to come from a really straightforward, honest place, kind of a visceral, you know, place. And the recording process was so drawn out. It took at least 3 years to do it, because prior to this I lived in San Francisco for a year. Prior to that I lived in Brooklyn for a year, and prior to that I lived in San Francisco for a year, and prior to that I was in Oxnard. And it was just, when you're trying to communicate with people and organize and you're 3,000 miles away and you have to get on a plane to record tracks, it just really slows down the process. Everybody that worked on the record did it for free, basically. So it's been a long process, and a lot of people have committed a lot of energy and a lot of time to it. Anytime that you play in a touring band, you gotta make money somehow, because money doesn't come from playing music 90% of the time. So I do carpentry, and for the last like 5 or 6 years it's been more creative carpentry. Like I hook up with clothing companies and do their brand environments kind of stuff, you know, trade shows and showrooms, things like that. And I've been doing it for Hurley actually for the last almost 2 years now. The basis of the company is kind of born out of the same things that kind of brought me up growing up, you know, surfing, music, action sports, you know, skating and things like that. So we're just going to do one song actually for a download card that Hurley's putting out, which is really exciting. It goes out to a lot of people. Recording the studio here is great. It's got a good atmosphere, and I wrote this song last night in like an hour. I had 4 or 5 other songs, and this one just kind of happened, and it just seemed like it would be a fun song for this thing, especially as like a one-off kind of deal, because it's a good way of sort of foreshadowing, you know, where the project is going. The project's called Gentleman. The album is called Songs from the Gut, and it's brand new. I just got the vinyl in yesterday, and it comes in great packaging, white vinyl, gatefold. You can check it out at gentlemanmusic.net.
We are the true patriots. Whoa.